Hello, today we will be covering lesson 3.4, Equations of Lines, part 1, and then there'll be a second video, Equations of Lines, part 2. You guys will be able to write the equation of line given information about its graph, and write the equation of a line that is parallel or perpendicular to a given line. So our new vocab is slope-intercept form and point-slope form. These probably aren't new though, you probably learned them last year. The slope-intercept form of a linear equation is y equals mx plus b, where m is our slope. You'll see that here. It's in front of our x value. And the b is our y-intercept. It's the number by itself. We also have point-slope form of a linear equation is y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1, where x1, y1 is a point on the line, any point on the line, and m is the slope. So we're going to start with some easy ones here. We need to write an equation in slope-intercept form that is y equals mx plus b. Mathematicians aren't very creative, so slope-intercept form literally tells us the slope and the intercept of our equation. And we are given the slope is 6 and the y-intercept is -3. So all we have to do is plug in m and b to our equation. Y equals 6x minus 3. And we also should graph this. So it crosses the y-intercept at -3. And the slope is 6, so we write 6, run 1, and this is the equation of our line graphed. We also are going to write an equation in slope-intercept form with a slope of -1, y-intercept of 4, so we have y equals -1x plus 4. You could also write this y equals -x plus 4. Both of these are correct. This next set, we are going to write an equation in point-slope form for both of these. Given the slope, which we don't have right now, I'm just going to come up with a random slope. It doesn't really matter what it is for both of these. And contains the point. Now, like I said, point-slope form is made up of a point and our slope. Thankfully, that's what we are given. So, for my slope, I will plug in 1/2. For x1, I will plug in -10. For y1, I will plug in 8. And then I'll have my point-slope form. So I'll have y minus 8 equals -1/2. X minus a -10, and minus a negative becomes a positive, and that is our point-slope form. The next one's very similar. Once again, I have my y value, I have my x value, and I have my slope, so I will plug them in. Y minus -3 equals 10, x minus 6. Minus negative becomes a positive, and that is my point-slope form. For this next couple actually, we are not given our slope. So the only thing we have to do is now solve for our slope using our change in y over change in x slope equation. So one extra step. Otherwise very similar. So I now have 0 minus 9 over -2 minus 4. So -9 minus 6. Make sure to reduce your slopes. Leave them as improper fractions though. Don't switch them to decimals or mixed numbers. So our slope becomes 3/2. Now I need point-slope form, so that is y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. It does not matter which one of my 2 points I choose, so I'm just going to choose the first one. I'll plug in x1, y1 and my slope, so y minus 9 equals 3 over 2 x minus 4. And this is my point-slope equation. Very similar, once again we have point-slope form again. We need to find our slope. So we have 3 minus a negative 7 over negative 1 minus a negative 3. So we will end up getting 10 over 2, which equals 5. Choose either equation. This time I'll choose this guy. Doesn't really matter. They will show the same line. So we have y minus 3 equals 5 times x minus a negative 1 or plus 1. And this is our point-slope form. This last one, we do need to find our slope, but this time we are doing slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So find the slope to start with. So 8 minus 2 over 6 minus 3. So we have 6 over 3. Our slope is going to equal 3. Once again, we can choose either point. I'm going to show us 2 possible ways to solve this. I like solving this the first way. You can choose your way though. I'm going to solve using y equals mx plus b. I know my m, and I know an x and a y value here. So I'm going to plug these in. Y is 2. M is 3, and x is also 3. Oh, I'm so sorry. 6 divided by 3 is not 3, it is 2. M is 2, not 3. Gotta get my divisions right. There we go. Sorry about that. So now we take 2 equals 6 plus b. We subtract 6 on both sides and we get negative 4 equals b. Then I plug in my slope and my y-intercept value, so y equals 2x minus 4. The second way to solve this, I'm going to use point-slope form to solve for slope-intercept form. And this time I'm going to use my other point, just to show you that they will be the same thing. So we have y minus 8 equals 2 times x minus 6. I must distribute. So this is my point-slope form. Now I'm going to solve and find my slope-intercept form. So we have 2x minus 12 equals y minus 8. I will add 8 on both sides, and I have y equals 2x minus 4. So notice these do get the same thing whether we go from point-slope form to slope-intercept form, or we start with slope-intercept form and solve for b. We get the same thing. All right, that's the end of part 1. Find part 2 video.